Happy Thursday, everybody. This is the astrology for the 22nd. I forgot my little formal intro. E-Ray Taronic here, master weaver of mystery, suspense, and broadcaster of astrology. Okay, so let's get into it. This is for Thursday, the 22nd. The sun is in Aquarius at 2 degrees until around 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So all day under these energies, one can be very fiery. They can be honest. They can be generous. They may reach out to those they feel are deprived or they feel they have deprived in order to alleviate some type of deprivation or suffering. Here is where one will seek out peace and harmony, and friends may be willing to help and assist, and they can come in or be ushered in. But do know if emotions are going wild or affected by the square and the energies, one can be more sensual and more passionate, therefore unable to hold back. Like Snoop Dogg said, sensual seduction. This is why I don't need to be doing the video astrology. Let me calm down. Hold on. Snoop Dogg did say that, and that's exactly how the energies are. But anyway, this affects placements between 0 and 5 degrees. Okay. I won't tell you the actual placements that it's affecting, because you can go to my page at author E-Ray Taronic and you can see where I put it in there exactly, the signs that it's affecting, which is affecting all signs as long as it's between 0 and 5 degrees anywhere in your chart. Okay. Now, moving along. So that's an all day energy. Now, by 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, by 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's when Mercury will join Pluto in Aquarius at 3 degrees. So let me go to where I put those in here. Okay, so okay, here we go. Now, okay, I got it together. Now, like I said, Mercury will be joining Pluto at 3 degrees of Aquarius. Okay, so where you have placements between 0 and 6 degrees of any sign, it's going to affect you. Okay. This is about a transformation regarding communication, regarding skills, or it comes in via communication. And it could even pertain, like I said, to your skills. Also, friends, goals, and social groups. So under these energies, one can be more calm, more reliable, more fair. One may inherit a high social position or earn it through personal merits, their skills, or their characteristics. Careers in politics, diplomacy, finance, and transportation are favored, and honors can be had under these energies. Financial success can be had, so money can come in. You can even make money via real estate or just any type of success that has to do with real estate or agriculture. But if you have aspects that are afflicting this, or squaring this, and you're dishonest, you can be getting some type of money illegally through money laundering, embezzlement, forging documents, and things like that. So you want to be mindful of that, especially if you have placements in between 0 and 6 degrees of Leo, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Virgo, and Cancer. Okay, so just be mindful of that. Now, moving along, to 7:10 a.m. At 7:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, this is a 1 hour and 50-minute transit, okay? The last transit I talked about, Mercury joining Pluto, that's going to be starting at like 6:10 a.m., but going throughout the rest of the day. This transit is for 1 hour and 50 minutes only. Okay, and it's starting at 7:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when the moon in Pisces at 16 degrees will square Lilith in Sagittarius. So wherever you have placements between 13 and 19 degrees of Virgo, Gemini, uh, Sagittarius, and Pisces, you're affected by this square or this challenge. Now, effort can be required, so you need to like watch what you do and you need to watch what you say, because your instincts or your knee-jerk reactions can kind of get you into trouble or just come off wrong. Okay, maybe your skills are being challenged in some way. Either way, this can be going on behind the scenes for some. This even squares the area of travel and education. So be mindful of traveling or being tested, when you're traveling, road rage, things like that. For part of that time, for part of that hour and 50 minutes, the moon will also be squaring the part of fortune. And the part of fortune talks about like luck, prosperity, worldly success. It could talk about your health too, your body, your hands, and things like that. So, being that it talks about your well-being, you want to be careful if you're working and not hurt yourself, because you could smash your finger, you could cut your hand, things like that. This challenges, any of those areas. Under these energies, one could be kind of antisocial, pessimistic, wanting to work alone, being introverted, being daring, willing to do things that are kind of brash or you have to be brave to do. One can be withdrawn and independent. So try not to shut yourself out from other people. Try to seek out someone who can, cheer you up, or one who shows you devotion. Okay. You can also partner with somebody to offset lack or depression or impoverishment. Those who feel estranged need to work on their willpower, their resilience, and their boldness, as well as their audacity, because objectives can be achieved. Feats can be accomplished if you're brave enough. Where you've been foolish and risky and it's caused you losses in some type of failed situation, it's time to change your ways, unless you want to remain alone or in some type of impoverished state. Okay. Let's see. Now, by 10:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon in Pisces will be trining Jupiter retrograde in Cancer at 18 degrees for 1 hour and 50 minutes. So under this time frame, blessings can be ushered in from the past or through something that's already been established. Where you have placements between 15 and 21 degrees of Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer, you're privy to these energies, okay? And under these energies, one can be more creative, cautious, refined, intelligent, like dual-minded, persuasive, enthusiastic, and they can have the gift of gab. This is where one ushers in respect and natural admiration with their healing energy. Success and recognition and even wealth can be achieved in the sciences, in medicine, medicinal plants, chemistry, scientific research, things of that nature. Also, something useful or something valuable can be stumbled upon or discovered. Here, under these energies, this hour and 50 minutes, one is driven by nobility and a sense of justice, so whatever they're doing or have coming in, it's because of this sense of justice. One's talents of creativity and strategy can give them the big head a little bit. Although one's behavior can shift from gentleness to coldness, from playfulness to seriousness, now is the time they're more playful and more gentle. So it can be easier to communicate with them during this hour and 50 minutes. Now, at 6:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for this hour and 50 minutes, like an hour and 50 minutes from 6:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon in Pisces at 22 degrees will be semi-sextile to Chiron in Aries. This will usher in some type of assistance or an opportunity that must be initiated, where you have placements between 19 and 25 degrees of Pisces, Aries, Taurus, and Aquarius. Okay, anywhere in your chart. Something here can be healed behind the scenes, even your image. Under these energies, one can be seen or could have been seen as obsessive, unbalanced, aggressive, plotting, and prone to some type of conflict. This is the chance to change that under this hour and 50 minutes. So you can come off more refined. You could come off as having a good memory, being kind, being more impressionable, and things of that nature. Wealth and honors can be had after having some sort of fall from grace, or some sort of situation didn't go right for you. Avoid being rash again, avoid making the wrong decisions because of some type of nervousness or insecurity or nervous breakdown. Okay. Also, don't burn the candle at both ends again, because if you take on too much, there's a chance that you can't come back from that. This is the chance to come back from it now, but you don't want that situation or circumstance to happen again. Here, this is where you gain the willpower and you stop allowing other people to make decisions for you or influence you in a negative way. Here is where you finally have the heart to detach from those so-called friends who or family or associates who mean you some type of harm, who are trying to trick you out of your spot, who covet your spouse, your partner, or even your romantic partner, your wealth, your position at work, or your resources. But willpower and fortitude is going to be required. Now, the last transit I want to talk about is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's a 24-hour transit. That's when the sun moves to Aquarius at 3 degrees. And we talked about Aquarius at 3 degrees. It's also joining Pluto and Mercury. Okay, so just go back up. If you go to my page at Author E-Ray Taronic and you look at the astrology, you go back up 4 transits and you see what I referenced at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time that was being highlighted. That's what's happening for the next 24 hours. Okay, thanks for checking out the astrology, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. Bye now.